Welcome to the Great Outdoors Show with Jason and Shane.
All right, welcome back to the Great Outdoors Show with Jason and Shane Coffee. How's it going, Shane?
Excellent. How you doing, my man?
I'm hanging in there. I been hit with illness the last couple weeks, and just on the weekends, it seems like I shouldn't have went to work on Friday, but I did, and I'm feeling better though today. So I'm here. That's why we didn't make it last week.
Yeah, it happens, man.
It was completely different. Last week it was my stomach, and this week it's my head. It's all super congested. So it
We
is
had
what
a
it
we had a
is.
bug go through.
Yeah.
Walk
Oh
over you.
well.
Sorry about that.
We're here now. Episode 5.
Episode 5. Holy crap!
Yeah.
That's good though. Kind of finding our way a little bit through how we want to do things, and it's going to take some time. That's just what it does.
Yeah. So I will just go right into our segments. Let's do what we did in the great outdoors this week. Now, mine admittedly was in my backyard, but I needed to get it done before our winter camp coming up in 2 weeks. All right, so here is my new Winterwell Woodlander large camp stove. And I had set it up before, but this was the first time that I decided to build it and burn it this week. And it went off without a hitch. Like I got it lit up. It got really hot really fast, faster than I thought it would. I don't I don't know if I have a picture of it farther on here. I actually grabbed the very top pipe to adjust it a little bit with a glove on, and I can't really see it here. Maybe it's about up here. There's a little piece of my glove still on there. But yeah, I was able to do a nice burn in there, and I didn't burn it for very long. I'm gonna have to figure out the it's just gonna take time to learn how to control it to certain temperatures so it's not too hot.
That is a sexy flame.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that's what I did in the great outdoors this week.
I have that Winterwell Woodlander stove. I have it in medium,
Mhm.
and I'll be interested at the show to kind of really look over the large version. I've contemplated many times going to a larger stove. Just in the setups that I have, the medium's always been really well. I do have a larger stove. It's just not the Woodlander. Yeah, it's a little bit of a pricier stove, but I tell you what, it is worth every bit of the money that you pay for. I've had mine for quite a while, and I don't want to say I beat it up, but I really ran it through its paces. I try not
Yeah.
to beat any of my stuff up,
I
and it's
uh
great.
I got a deal on it. I got it for 375 or 3 maybe less than that. I think it was I don't remember. It was 350 or less, I believe, because it was on sale. But yeah, I'm thinking about getting a you carry yours in like a bag or anything?
I carry it just like the photo shows right
It's
there
like
in
the
the top
photo
right
shows.
corner.
You don't
Yep, I just
you store it in a box or
no, actually, well, I have a shop for all my stoves. My Woodlander actually sits on a shelf. It
okay.
actually sits on a shelf with the other hot tent stoves.
Okay, so
Um,
that's what I did in the great outdoors this week in my backyard, but it was I definitely wanted to test it out and I'm going to burn it tomorrow, hopefully inside my tent. That way I kind of know what I'm doing with it when we go on winter camp.
It looks wonderful, Jason. Just bear in mind, I've been seeing a lot of stuff lately with people not using their flue pipe the right way. If you have that sucker all the way open, you're going to get that pipe absolutely red hot. And if you do that, that becomes extremely dangerous and it's very volatile. I mean, it's a bad situation for your tent as well. So I have been seeing people do that, and it's unfortunate, but yeah, man, you're gonna love this stove so much. And plus, with this size, they make that water tanker that you can put on there that you can warm water up that actually goes around your flue pipe. I mean, there's so many good options with this stove. Really, really nice choice, man.
All right, Shane, what did you do in the great outdoors this week?
Well, I was able to actually just take some time away and do a day camp with one of our dogs. And just trying to get my dogs all used to going out into the woodland as opposed to going back out on trails and stuff like that since the weather's getting warm again. I took our mini Aussie out and I was able just to relax and run through some gear that I've been wanting to run through some more. And well, here, take a look and see. It was just a great time. There's Copper hanging out with me.
Now, will Copper be at winter camp?
Copper will not be at winter camp because my wife will not be there, and my wife will not be without her dog.
Okay.
That is my wife's baby. I will
All
probably bring Molly, though, my German Shepherd.
All right.
He's a great little camp dog, though, man. He loves everybody and everything. Making some onion burgers up there. So freaking delicious. And he did really well at camp. I was really impressed with him. He loved all the noises. There was a beaver messing with him a little bit. Yeah. Got to utilize my Coletti percolator. That thing is great. Makes such a smooth cup of coffee. Yeah, it was wonderful. And there's some burgers. And people had asked me if I fed my dog when I was out in the woods. Yes, I fed my dog. He got some burger, but not too much. He's got a sensitive stomach. And that little canteen cup that I was using there, that is the Silver Ant Outdoors titanium canteen cup set. That's something that I've been kind of using and utilizing a lot lately. But it was really good to get out and enjoy my time with just the dog and in the woodlands. I did use this pretty awesome camp chair, which I'll talk about that when we go over gear. I've had it for years. And it just one of them things, man. It's you know how gear works for you when you're outdoors and you're using stuff. It just seems like, man, I've got some pretty neat things. So yeah, I'll go over that in a little while. But getting outdoors and just hanging out with the dog was my major adventure for this week.
For my equipment of the week is something that I want to start replicating and making and selling with Woodlife. And I've had this for some time now. And I've used it once or twice. I want to start utilizing more so I can figure out different ways to use it for myself. It is a fit all adjustable toilet kit. But I'm going to change it from a toilet kit to a gear kit. And let me show you here this ad from when it was originally for sale. So yeah, it's your own toilet articles will go in the fit all. So let me zoom in here. It has a little pocket flap on there. There's different adjustable straps to hold things, and the same with over here. So let me stop sharing that. So it folds open and it has different, these are kind of stretched out. It's got a pocket here. And it also has this waterproof little pouch here for like a toothbrush and whatnot. But it folds up and then rolls up, and there would have been a string that went around it to hold it in place.
That's awesome.
So I'm going to start using this more for myself. It will be at winter camp. That
Mhm.
way I can have a better idea of what works and what doesn't work so that I can replicate it to what fits me and maybe start selling it, putting it out there on Woodlife.
That's awesome, man. I love that stuff. So I
Yeah.
think it's badass.
I like the vintage style stuff. That's kind of always been I mean, obviously I like using new stuff too, but I've always kind of been like older stuff was generally made better and made to
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
last, and
Oh yeah.
I wanna try to at least replicate that in it. So, look for that in the future because that's my next project thing.
Okay, for my equipment of the week, I kind of went in line with what I was using with my son. It is the Amazing Wilderness Bushcraft Camp Chair. It has 1,000 names now. I have some paracord in the bag right now here with it, but let me show you this thing first of all. This is how it comes. It's a camp chair, right? I started opening it and I should have showed you. This is it. This guy right here, made in Canada, super small, fits in your pocket. I have a spot specifically in my pack where it goes. It was gifted to me by a friend of mine many years ago, and it's just made well. It's blue. I like blue. So you open it up, and this is the paracord here that I was using to turn this into like a hammock chair in my video. But if you just grab it and pull it out, then this folds out the other direction. You hang this up here on a tree. You can use like an A-frame and hang this on the A-frame and then let it hang down in the A-frame. It's just a lot of fun. Absolutely a lot of fun. This last go around, I actually found, watch how it goes together. Just grab it, tuck it. You do this. Then that's it. So I actually have a stick that I'm carrying with me now. It's about this long here. It's not very long. It's just wide enough for my thighs. And what I do is I run that through the base. So if I'm going to use it as a hammock chair, I have some support, so it's not like kind of crushing me a little bit when I'm using it. So I have used this thing as an A-frame, like an Adirondack style chair. I've used it as a gear hammock. If I don't put a stick in there, I just run the paracord through the bottom and put it underneath my hammock, and we can use it. Yep, there, right there is it set up as the A-frame. I use it as a gear hammock underneath my hammock. They have a lot of different colors. Mine is one of the very, very first iterations of it. Right there is the creator of it.
All right.
So this is the Econo Challenge. So yeah, it's
Cool.
such a cool looking chair. Now, oh hey, go back to that other picture. Looks like they've changed it. Maybe they changed the design a little bit on how it comes out. Or maybe not. Yeah, down there. No, it looks like it's the same. It's just mine. He now has his logo on it on the backside there, as opposed to where I don't. See, he's holding it like that, or they have a picture of it like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't speak enough truths about this and love about it. It was gifted to me, and if anything was to happen to this chair, I definitely would be buying another one to put in my pack. It probably wouldn't be a bad idea for me to have two anyway. They're
Yeah.
so small and lightweight, as it is. I can always use one as a gear hammock and one to sit in. I do like to bring a chair or a bar with me to help spread the base out when I use it, either the Adirondack style, or if I use or the A-frame style, or if I use it in the hammock chair setup. The hammock chair setup I just did in one of my last videos. That was the first time I'd actually tried it in that form. I actually had to get a spreader bar, and I cut slats in the spreader bar, so that way when you do set back in it, you don't have your paracord shoot forward and just hang in the middle of your chair and create unwanted tension on the fabric. Because like I said, I've had this for a lot of years. and it's great. I mean, here, if you look close, there's not threadbare. There's just nothing, and I have used the crap out of it. Like, it's just a good product. So yeah, my hat's off to those guys. Phenomenal stuff. Love it.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll have to get one. It's not like it's expensive looking.
No,
The
what,
website, I think,
20,
it was 20
bucks?
bucks. Yeah.
$20, and it is just, dude, it's so well made. I can't even, and this was a gift to me. And would I buy it with my own money? Most definitely. Not sponsored, but I'd buy it for sure. It stays in my pack.
2 weeks away, we have Midwest Bushcraft Show Winter Camp. For all the information we forget to tell you about, go to MidwestBushcraftShow.com. This is going to be a lot of fun. We're getting a good amount of bookings for the camping and for just coming out for the day to attend all the presentations. So if you don't want to camp during the winter time, that's fine. You can purchase a day ticket. It's only $10 to come out and get 8 presentations on different bushcraft and outdoors and fly fishing courses, basically. So we'll go into the schedule in a minute. I want to mention some of the people we have coming. So we have Kevin Johnson coming back, which we had on the show 2 episodes ago. I'll put a little link in the corner of this video going to that if you want to go check out that video. He has said he was going to do pine needle tea, which will be fun. I haven't ever actually had that before. Shane Hunsaker. Actually, you know what? Let's go through this. We'll go through the schedule as it's laid out. So Friday, February 23rd is just a camping day. The gates are going to open at 11 a.m. for people to come in and set up, but you can come in at any time after that. I would suggest getting out there before dark, but that's up to you. Yeah, the gate will be open at 11 a.m. I'll already be there. Shane will already be there, and we'll probably already be set up. That way we don't have to worry about it when people are coming in. We have a great area at Riverfront Campground and Canoe in Lebanon, Missouri. And you just Google that, you'll find it. It's right next to Bennett Springs State Park if you've been there before, on the Niangua River. So that day we'll just be hanging out. We'll be camping, enjoying the camaraderie and whatnot. On Saturday, February 24th, if you're just purchasing a day ticket, the gates to that open at 9 a.m. You can come in and start hanging out. The first presentation is at 10 a.m. And that's Darren Haverstick. He's doing a traditional archery demonstration. At 11 a.m., Kevin Johnson will be doing the art of pine needle tea. At noon, Shane Hunsaker is going to be showing off many different camping cooking techniques, including having samples and other food available for people. As long as we don't get a blowout where there's 100 people there, we'll probably have a little bit of food for everybody. 1 p.m. will be our first fly fishing demonstration with Ryan Walker of Ozark Smallmouth. 2 p.m. we have Rodney Cole, who will be doing bushcraft knots and other general bushcraft things. He's actually writing a book, and he's coming all the way from Ohio. No, he's coming all the way from Michigan to do this and hang out with us. 3 p.m. we'll have Andre Branning. He'll be doing a primitive fire making demonstration. He actually has a whole setup where down south of Kansas City, where he does courses throughout the year and has a whole bushcraft camp that he runs. At 4 p.m. we'll have Tim Benz and Pamela Shadow. They will be doing electronic communications basic, like shortwave radio and other emergency uses of communications. And if they have time, they may be doing some basic gun safety, even though we won't be firing any guns. We don't have the insurance for that, but their focus is going to be on the electronic communications. 5 p.m. we'll have Brennan Garrett doing another fly fishing demonstration. Now, Brennan and Shane know each other and they've talked so that they won't be overlapping and doing the same exact kind of stuff in both of their presentations. So they're going to be, and I have on our Facebook page under their photos, you can find a broader description of what each individual will be doing. At 6 p.m., we'll have John Fulkerson. He was at our very first Bushcraft event, and he is going to be talking about prepping and the downfalls of prepping and the mistakes made that he wants to inform everybody of so that you don't also make those same mistakes. He has 35, 40 years of prepping experience, so he's, like anybody, had a lot of mistakes through there, and he wants to focus on that. Presentations will conclude around 7 p.m. and the gates for the day pass people will close 7:30 around there. And everybody else that's camping with us can sit around the fire and have a good time. We are going to have a campfire story contest, and you don't have to be a part of that. But if you want to participate and if you win, that's brought to you by Hooks Outdoors. He has a one-legged table that he will give to the winner of the camp story contest. So if you
don't
have,
want to participate, at least show up because they're
yeah,
going to be good. They're always good.
and it could be a true story, it could be a made-up story, it could be a mixture of both. We just want to have a good time and hear some good stories, and the best story will win an item and be crowned the king of winter campfire stories.
Oh man, we had some good ones at our show. We had some really good
Yeah,
ones.
we got some. We went on the scary side for sure, but you don't have to be on the scary side. Any kind of story will do. Now, so tickets. Let's talk about tickets real quick. So, if you want to participate in the full weekend, it is 2 nights of camping and the full day of presentations. It's only $30 for an adult. For a child, it's $20, and that's that break off is 14 and under. So 14 and under is $20, 15 and above is $30. And that's a really good price, I believe. I mean, that covers 2 nights of camping and 8 hours of bushcraft instruction. Now, if you just want to come out for the day, it's only $10. If you can't camp Friday night, which a lot of people have to work, it's totally understandable. It's in the middle of Missouri. If you don't live out there, it might be hard to get down there in time. You can come out for the day Saturday and camp with us on Saturday night. That price for 14 or 15 and up is only $20, and 14 and under is only $15. So it's only $10 extra to stay the night Friday or Saturday night. If you want to come out, bring your camping stuff. If you come out, if you're planning on just coming out for the day, just pack the camping stuff in there. And if you decide you want to stay and hang out, just pay the extra $10 and you can stay. So if you could go online and buy tickets beforehand, that would be appreciated because it'll give us a better idea of a number of attendees. But we will accept cash at the door and probably be able to accept card at the door. Depends on service out there. But
Yeah.
I probably will be able to accept card at the door. Cash would be better. But with $10, that's, that is easy to do. Don't have to break that down. We will have change though, of course, if you need change.
And
So
don't
yeah.
forget, if you want to trade gear, we will be
yeah.
doing a trade blanket.
I need to put that out more in the next 2 weeks. I haven't really talked about that yet. We will do a trade blanket where you can set up at your campsite items you want to trade, and then other people come around and say, "Hey, I want that, and what do you want for that?" And work it out on your own. No tender involved unless you want to sell it. I mean, that's up to you. But yeah, maybe we'll be able to figure out. I think you have to be camping to do the trade blanket. I don't know. How do you feel about that? How would we be able to do day pass trade blankets? I guess people could come and trade with somebody who has a trade blanket set up. I don't know. We'll
Yeah,
figure that out.
you can do that. My only apprehension with doing a trade blanket, I mean, they'd have to move it from their camp area. Ideally, the goal is to have a trade blanket in front of said person's camping area, because it's just kind of camp community. That way, the wares are there. They're at their camp. You're able to mingle between. Um, the biggest concern I have is people who are not camping coming into the campground where people are camping with their stuff there.
Yeah.
I know personally, I don't want a bunch of people, I mean, actually, I don't care if people hang around my stuff, but it's everybody's a little bit different. People may not want people, hanging around their campsite where they're going to be sleeping for the evening, who aren't there camping. It might be an off situation. Maybe I'm way off. I mean, maybe people wouldn't care. I don't know.
Well, we have plenty of room. We have like 400 acres or something like that. So,
Oh yeah,
and then
we
of
could
course
figure
we got
something
our
out.
hosts of the Midwest Bushcraft Show, and that is us. That's Shane and I. So
Yeah.
you could come meet us, and maybe I don't know if we're gonna. Well, I mean, we'll be shooting video out there
Mhm.
for sure, and we'll be able to incorporate some of that into this show. I don't know if we'll be able to record an episode of this show. We'll work on it. A raffle, which the Lux Twin Shelter Hot Tent from Three Ridges Gear Co. will be a part of. To be a part of the raffle, all you need to do is be there and have purchased a ticket to attend the event. Any of the tickets is fine. You will have one entry into the raffle, and we will be picking an item, calling a number, and you win that item. So some of the other items that we have for our raffle is the Canvas Lazy Bear chair, which is a big, oversized, comfortable chair made of canvas from Kodiak Canvas. All of the pictures of all of this stuff you can find on our Facebook page. There's a Pole Start Fire 3-pack. We'll be giving those away. They're just a little box and you pull and start a fire. I have a whole set of them that I'm putting into a bug out bag so that if I ever have to go, it's an emergency thing. It says it can start wet wood. So we may be demonstrating one of those at the event as well.
That'll be a fun time. I'd like to try that.
Yeah. So we have 2 different full day guided fly fishing trips in the raffle, one with Brennan Garrett and one with Ryan Walker. And they're close to the same packages for each. All the details of those packages are on our Facebook page as well. But basically, you get a full day with them fishing and lunch. And I can't think of a better time. I mean, this sounds great.
I want to win it.
My dad was like, my dad's going to be in Texas, and he's like, "Can you figure out a way for me to get in on this?" I'm like, "No, you have to be there." And then we have 3 items from Pacific Northwest Bushcraft: a maple waxed canvas pocket knife roll, a waxed canvas travel tray, and a cedar bucket bag, which is also waxed canvas. We have a fuel flip made by Fuel Flip. So as you can take an old canister of fuel and take another old canister of fuel and combine them into one. And then we have some Gear Zone tactical hats. They're not tactical hats. They're hats from Gear Zone Tactical.
Okay, we also have a brand new raffle item sent to us from Simple Theory Gear. You guys may remember Simple Theory Gear. They had like one of the best designs for a camp stove that I can think of today. Wonderful company. Wonderful company. They're offering four types of fire
Yeah.
starters: Easy Shreds, Big Reds, Maya Chips, and Fatwood. The Easy Shreds, um, that is the stuff that when you used to buy the Simple Theory gear stove, you would get a little canister that came with it, and it had those Easy Shreds in there. A little bit of those guys right there goes a long way to starting a fire. Um, yeah, absolutely loved the stove. It was the stove, if you remember, that you used to be able to utilize the Stanley cook pot with, but they've kind of moved over to fire starters, and they're phenomenal.
That is the Midwest Bushcraft Show winter camp information. All of the stuff we forgot to tell you about, you can go to MidwestBushcraftShow.com and click on the winter camp page. That is where everything we talked about is, plus anything we forgot to talk about. Come out and hang out with us. It's going to be a lot of fun just to have a good time.
Heck yeah, I want to see your gear or just meet you. I'm cool with both.
Yeah. All right, so thanks for watching episode 5 of the Great Outdoors Show. Go to greatoutdoorscast.com to check out where all we are out there on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and we're still getting started. And I've been sick, but we're trying to work up all of our socials and stuff like that. It's gonna be happening, but we're just happy you're here on YouTube watching us right now. For now.